Yo, it's Rory with searchandshout.com. Today is a very exciting day because today we get to check out the brand new Xiaomi Mi 11. And every time we get to see a new Xiaomi smartphone, I'm always very excited because Xiaomi typically is like the king of Pang Lang Zhang. So let's take a quick look. Alright, so this is the box. What I've been told is that this box is going to be very similar to the one that we get in Malaysia. So as you can tell, it is the big box, and you know what that means. If you don't know, later when I open out, you will find out. The only thing is that this unit is missing one or two accessories, which we will go into later. So let's open this. So I mean, spoiler alert, I've already opened the box now, but I packed it up nicely again so that you can see and experience the unboxing one more time. Okay, so if you pop the lid, you get this piece of paper, this cardboard box thing that holds the inside. You have the SIM eject tool and also like the soft jelly case. So this is like a pretty standard case that you'll get with your smartphone, and also like whatever paperwork or warranty information that you might want. This is the Xiaomi Mi 11 in all of its glory. So we're gonna put that aside first. So beneath this, you will get a cable. This is the USB A to C charging cable. It's red. Orange? Orange. It's orange. And then you will also have a charging brick. So in Malaysia, we will be getting, Xiaomi Malaysia has told me that we will be getting the charging brick included in the box with the smartphone. And this is the 55 watt charger. So apparently this is supposed to be like a gun charger, but I mean, I can't really tell, like there's no way to say, they don't say here gun charger or whatever, but it is 55 watts. So that's pretty sweet. In Malaysia, we will also be getting the 3.5mm to USB-C headphone jack dongle adapter thing because this smartphone doesn't have a headphone jack. But my particular box doesn't have it, so yeah, that's something that you should know. So this is all that stuff that you get in the box. Throw this away first. So the Mi 11, the one that we have here is in this grey color, which is like not the most exciting colorway, but I have to say that I'm very impressed. Like as far as first impressions go, I'm very impressed with like the build and even the look of the smartphone. So they've got their own like camera bump design over here that is actually, I mean, it's distinctive lah. At least we have moved past the phase where all the smartphones look exactly the same. This one at least looks a little bit different, and I can appreciate that. But beyond that, like just the fit and finish of this smartphone is actually really impressive. So last year's Mi 10, I got to check out the Mi 10 Pro. That was already like really nice and really impressive. But this one, like I can feel like they've taken just like a little bit more time and care into building this device. You can see that. So first of all, you get glass on the back. Is this glass? Yeah, I think this is glass. And you get this really nice metal frame. It's really premium and like, it's good lah. Okay, it's like almost Samsung-esque in the way that it's like joined together and the way it mixes with the glass. And then like the little premium smartphone touch is that the metal band is like thinner on the sides without the buttons, and then the moment it reaches the volume rocker and power button, it sort of like does that little like curve thing, which was the first time I saw it was on one of the Samsung smartphones, and I was really impressed. And now I'm getting to see that even on like a Xiaomi flagship, right? So as far as build quality goes, this is like damn nice. One other interesting thing about the band and the build is that the bottom part of the smartphone, where the speaker grill is, so apparently they molded like the speaker grill to look like a sound wave. Sure, but then you know, apparently they forgot to do that for the top one, because the top one is just like the normal like 4-hole speaker grill. So maybe they forgot, or like they ran out of budget halfway. I don't know. But I mean, okay lah, it's still like a small detail that I can kind of appreciate. The other thing is that the camera module, you know, it also has like a lot of like little details in it that are pretty nice. They've got like the reflective outer ring with like the black inner ring, and then like this little silver thing around like the main camera to show you like, oh, this is the main camera. Not bad lah, I would say. As far as design go, I'm not like complaining about it. It's really well done. As far as performance goes, this is a proper flagship smartphone. So you'll find Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 888 processor inside. I believe this is the first smartphone to ever launch with the new Snapdragon 888, and it's also the first smartphone in Malaysia to get the Snapdragon 888. So you know, that's pretty cool if you want like Qualcomm's new flagship processor. This particular model though has 8 gigs of RAM, LPDDR5, as well as 128 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage, so it's not expandable, which is a bit disappointing. I think 128 is okay for like an entry level, but at this point I don't know if there's going to be like a high spec model just yet. Probably the thing that I was most disappointed to find out is that this smartphone has a 4600 mAh battery, which is okay, like it's not too small, but it's not really big either. But I guess depending on how they set it up, and Xiaomi's usually pretty frugal with their battery consumption, you should be able to expect all-day battery life from this smartphone, but I personally haven't tested it out, so stay tuned for our full review. The good thing is that it does support fast charging, so it supports 55-watt wired fast charging. It also supports 50-watt wireless fast charging, and if you don't have like the Xiaomi dedicated brick, it also supports Qualcomm's QC4 Plus and also USB-C PD power delivery fast charging. So yeah, a lot of ways to charge the phone. Up front, you will find what Xiaomi calls the best display that they've ever put into their smartphone. And you know what? I think I believe them. This is a really gorgeous screen. So it's a 6.81-inch AMOLED display. So Xiaomi says that is a quad curve display because it curves at the sides. Okay, it does curve at the sides, but also a little bit at the top and bottom, which is like, but that's not really like the curved screen kind of curve, it's more like 2.5D glass. But it does have this like really nice rounded, very slim bezel look, and it looks like really good lah. That's also because the resolution here is WQHD, so that's a 3200 by 1440 pixels, so you're getting like really like crisp screen, and it's also AMOLED, so it's got great sort of contrast. It just pops. Okay, it also has HDR10 plus support and a peak brightness of 1500 nits. And then, if you may notice, if I were to swipe, zoom, it also has support for fast refresh rate up to 120 Hz. So in the software, you can switch between 60 and 120. So yeah, it's like a really nice screen. It's buttery, it's sharp, it looks good, and like it's got like this really slim bezel. So I'm a big fan. On top of that, this smartphone also has Gorilla Glass Victus, which is their latest product, and you'll find that on the Samsung flagships. So you'll also find that on the Mi 11. Now though, we talked about the speaker grille design. We should also talk about the speakers. So the Mi 11 supports stereo speakers, which is really nice. So you've got the ones at the top here, and then you've also got the ones like down here, the one that is shaped like a sound wave, and they sound honestly pretty good. And it is the AirPods Max. Okay, so these are the brand new Apple AirPods Max. I would say that they are loud. They've got a pretty full sound and very good left to right balance, so it's like a very satisfying kind of sound. It's also tuned by Harman Kardon. Whatever that means, basically it sounds nice. But there is no headphone jack, and although I like the way it sounds, like Zach says that it's very muddy, so take that with a grain of salt. Finally, we've got the camera system. So this smartphone has a triple camera setup. You've got a wide angle main camera. It's a 108 megapixels with an aperture of f1.85. So that's like a pretty impressive camera setup. And then you've got an ultra wide camera, which has a 13 megapixel sensor and an f2.4 aperture lens. And then you've also got a macro camera, which is 5 megapixels and also has an f2.4 aperture lens. So before I shot this video, I went out to test the phone a little bit, took a bunch of photos in daylight, some in low light, and I gotta say that the image quality is actually really impressive. I think it's probably the best Xiaomi camera system that I've tried out. As far as image quality goes, it looks nice, colors look natural. There's plenty of detail to be found, even like when you like really punch in. So that is good to see. It also handles like a dynamic range pretty well. Like I shot like a full backlit scene and it still like kind of pulls in back the details for like, you know, the stuff that's in the foreground. And it does skin tone pretty well. It's a little bit on like the saturated side, but overall I think image quality is nice. I was also very impressed with the low light mode, which automatically triggers whenever it detects like a low light scene, even when you have AI off. So when you tap it, then it will tell you to hold your phone steady. But the results, like they actually look pretty good. Like it's really sharp, the thing that's focused on, but around the edges and around the parts that are not directly in focus, then you do lose a bit of detail. You can tell that they tried really hard to remove the noise, but overall I think performance is good. The 20 megapixel selfie camera up front was also pretty good, but I think the macro camera was like still like the weakest link here, because the ultra wide camera like that actually produced better results than I thought with lots of detail. But the macro camera, it tends to blow out highlights a little bit, but you do get to focus really close. So personally, like I still wouldn't use the macro camera, but the cool thing about it is it seems to be an auto-focusing camera, because I can like tap and it will focus on different areas. So that's, I guess, pretty cool. And finally, you know, I want to wrap this video up with also like some of the extra features that we'll get on this smartphone. So it's a Xiaomi smartphone, so there are really like the same kind of like ecosystem features that you find on Apple and Samsung, but you know, that is to be expected. But there are like Xiaomi specific features that you can still find. One of them is the IR blaster, which lives at the top of the smartphone. So like really, like it's not easy to find IR blasters on smartphones these days unless you buy Xiaomi, and so they're keeping that tradition going with the Mi 11. But also unfortunate is this smartphone doesn't have an IP rating, so it's not IP68. So I wouldn't take it to anywhere that has a lot of water. But you know, that's what I wouldn't do lah. So yeah, the Xiaomi Mi 11 for me, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Like I think it gives like a really good first impression. Like it feels like a premium, like expensive smartphone. It has the right kind of weight. It has the right kind of like little details in the build, and the design is, you know, distinctive enough that one look I know, oh okay, this is like a Mi 11, you know. And I think those are very important features when it comes to flagship smartphones, especially those that are designed to compete at the high end. And you know, that's one thing that I feel like older Xiaomi smartphones would have lacked, because it looks like they're just trying to pull stuff from other devices, and then, you know, they do sacrifice on some things that make it feel not as good. But for the Mi 11, yeah, I mean, first impressions are really strong. The camera is pretty good, the screen is freaking gorgeous, and then you've got this like detail in the build that normally I don't really find that often in Xiaomi flagships. So yeah, really good job over here. But the only thing that I don't know right now is the price. So I don't know how much this smartphone will cost as of the time that I'm shooting this video, because it's a few days before the launch. But by the time you watch it, you know, the price should be out. So you know, you can find them in the, I'll pin a comment in the description or of this video, or you know, like a comment in like the YouTube comments, so you'll be able to find it there. Right now in Malaysia, we only have two flagship Android smartphones that have been officially launched, which is the Galaxy S21 series and the Mi 11. So which one would you buy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, do you want to see like a comparison? Like if this goes head to head with the S21 Ultra that we have in the office? Let me know that in the comments below too, and I will do my best to do a good video. Okay, so yeah, also if you have thoughts on the Mi 11, leave them all down in the comment section and I will read them, and maybe if you're lucky, I will reply. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, join our group RKMD, and also visit our home on the internet, searchincharge.com. Okay, I'm Rory and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.